to another video. I'm Angelic, and for this video I'm playing Tower of Hell again because recently I've not been having any video ideas and I've no idea what to play, so I thought I could play some more Tower of Hell because I enjoy just talking in these videos. And yeah, so I'm just going to be basically talking about, I guess, the channel, maybe about the actual Tower of Hell. But yeah, I'll try my best to talk more about Tower of Hell because I usually end up just talking about random stuff, which I'm assuming is probably very boring. So I'm just going to start to talk about the actual Tower of Hell stuff. Okay, so we have this brown level. We've only got a couple of seconds left, but so it's this brown level. I have done this level before. It's not the worst, but it's not the worst, but it can be tricky until you get the hang of it, and I'm not going to be able to do it in 30 seconds. Oh my gosh, I've just realised. Okay, we have, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I've forgotten the name of it. I've completely forgotten the name of it. Oh, no, I just fell. Right. It's called invincibility. Sorry, yeah, that took me forever. But we've got invincibility, which is very, good, but kind of useless at the same time because we've only got 2 seconds left. Oh, I can't make this jump. That's okay, right. Right, anyway, okay, completely new tower. So, this is a red level. I think I've done it before, and it's basically just jumping from brick to brick, trying to avoid the kill bricks, but it's not too hard. I would say that this level is not too hard. I would say it's about a 5 out of 10. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty easy. I mean, it's quite easy it's easier to fall than it is to actually, die and, reset. Wait, oh. But yeah, I would say it's 5 because I've done harder, and also once you've done it a couple of times, it's really easy. It's not one of the levels that you have to keep on trying to do, and even once you've done it once, it's hard to do. It's oh, keep on doing that. It is a really easy. It is a really oh my gosh! It is a really really nice level. It's the sort of level that you would expect on Tower of Hell, except at the same time you wouldn't because it's called Tower of Hell. But you would hope it's the sort of level you would hope to have because compared to the other levels, this is super easy. Okay, this might be more like a 6. I think I'm overthinking this, to be honest. Anyway, I have something else to talk about. I know I said I was going to talk about Tower of Hell, but I did a flute exam today, and it was very good. If you guys have ever done flute, not flute necessarily, but music exams before, then you'll probably know kind of what happens. But basically, you have 3 pieces to play, and you have 3 pieces to play. Then they ask you some scales to do. Then they give you a piece of music you've never seen before, and you play it. That's sight reading. And then you do some oral tests where they play some pieces, ask you some questions, get you to sing a little bit. Just they're quite simple, the oral tests, but they can be quite hard because you have to be very musical, as in you've got a good musical ear. But the oral tests aren't worth all the marks. The pieces are worth most of the marks. Anyway, I did my grade 2 flute exam today. By the way, I know I am doing grade 2. I can do higher than grade 2, but it's just because I never did grade before in primary school when I first started flute. Because I never did a grade before, I kind of had to start from the very beginning. But I would rather have my first grade as a less important, one of the smaller grades, less important. So, because then it doesn't really matter what I get in this grade because it's my first one. So, oh, it's so annoying. This level's so hard. Anyway, how it went is the pieces are the first thing you do. My pieces, I think I've rushed. The first piece was okay. I made a couple of mistakes, but they were kind of unnoticeable. The second piece, I think, went the best. It was not too bad, actually. I think I could have done a lot worse, and I think any mistakes were unnoticeable because I think I played that one the best, even though that's the one I usually struggle with. And my third piece was the one I made the most noticeable mistakes on. I kept on messing up, not with timing, but notes, so I'm hoping that it didn't lose too many marks, because rhythm's more important than notes. But still, it was kind of nerve-wracking, because the mistakes were putting me off, and even though I carried on, I didn't stop at, any time. But, this level's so annoying. But because I didn't, I didn't stop, I was very good, and I did carry on and do well. Something, I would say I did, do was where I had quavers, I would kind of play them a bit too quick, and then therefore kind of get wrong notes and things. Oh my gosh, this level's so hard. I'm sorry, I'm going to Pro Towers. But then the rest of it was good. Scales, I think I did well. I took a couple of extra breaths, which I was annoyed about because I'm usually very good at not taking breaths on scales. But I think it's because I kind of cracked under pressure and thought I was going to do them too fast, so I played them a bit slower than I originally did them, which therefore kind of made me have to take a couple of extra breaths because I wasn't used to doing them so slow. I should have done them fast, but you know, the actual notes were fine, so I guess it doesn't really matter. The oral, sorry, not the sight reading. I'm pretty sure I did perfect because it just like fitted together completely. I didn't make any note mistakes, and I did the dynamics really well. So I think the sight reading went the best. I'm really good at sight reading. I've got a really good tactic for sight reading. I basically like tap it on my leg first, while counting like 1, 2, 3, or like whatever time signature it is, and then I play it on my flute while counting the time signature in my head. And then I just look over the dynamics and articulation. By the way, this will make no sense to you if you're not a musician. Anyway, and then I look over the dynamics and the articulation, and then that's basically the 30 seconds you get to look for it, and then you can play. Then I play it, and I'm always like really good at sight reading. Like all the practice I've done for this sight reading really paid off because I'm pretty sure my sight reading was perfect in the exam today. So I mean, I'm not going to jinx it, but it felt like it slotted together perfectly and things. Then something else. I would say the other thing. Oh, so sorry. Okay, something else. The last thing was a oral test. The clapping I don't think was right. I think I got whether it was 2 or 3 right, but I don't think I was clapping in time. Or I might have done the opposite. I was clapping in time, but I didn't get the time right. I never get both of them right, which doesn't make sense because they kind of fit together. So if you get one right, then you usually get the other right. But anyway, oh, okay, speed run. I'm gonna have to concentrate with this because this is a hard one. But basically, I did a no. Oh. Right, okay, 1 minute. Let me just rest here and finish what I'm saying. And then for the singing back, I think I was okay. I mean, I think the woman kind of was like, okay, this girl's kind of like pitch deaf. I'm not very good at the singing ones, even though I think I was confident with my singing. I just don't think it was actual notes. But you know, and then to tell the difference between the piece, I said the answer too early. Like before, she just said listen to the piece and then listen to it again. Before she even asked the question, I said the answer because we're taught to know what the questions are. So I just said because it basically was the difference in pitch or rhythm, and I just randomly went pitch. Like as soon as she finished playing the piece, I was like, oh my gosh, I've done that. I do it all the time. I've done it with every oral test I've tried with, and it's really annoying. And you could tell she was a bit like, okay. But then it was like, then I think I got it right, but I don't know. I heard a noticeable difference, but I've always think I've heard a difference, and it never is a difference. I'm not so good at telling the difference. It's the clapping and telling the difference I'm not very good at. But what was the other one where, I think the other ones were asked the questions about the piece. They're the ones I'm quite good at. I'm quite good at doing them, and I think I got those ones right. So, I mean, the grade I think altogether went pretty well. I'm not expecting the highest because I was going into the exam, like when I played the pieces, I'm really confident. Going into the exam, I was nervous, and then, like, the annoying thing is you play your pieces first, and that is the thing that gets you the most marks. So if you kind of, like, if your nerves makes you stuff them up, then that's kind of like, that could cost you a lot of marks. But with everything else, because you're already in the grade and you've got used to it, like, you're less likely to stuff up, so you stuff up on the less important things, which is always really annoying. No, you stuff up on the more important things because it's like the first thing of the exam. Like, they don't really give you time to like get used to being an exam. Like, they give you some notes to warm up, and you get a little bit of time to actually play your pieces in a warm-up room, but otherwise it's very like, you don't get any chance to go through the pieces while you're in the exam and get used to it. I wish we had done I wish that you did maybe scales first, then pieces, then sight reading, then oral tests, but you do pieces first, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I mean, I think the grade went pretty well, especially for my first grade. I mean, I'm pretty sure I cracked, but I don't know what I'm saying now. I'm pretty sure I smashed the sight reading because I'm always really good at sight reading. So unless it has semiquavers in it, but we're not going to talk about that right now because I'm only doing grade 2, so there's not really any semiquavers. I remember looking first at the grade 2 stuff and thinking, oh my god, this is so hard. And now I can even look at the grade 3 stuff and think, oh, okay, that actually looks not too bad. I've seen some of the stuff you have to play for grade 4 and 3 and things, and they actually don't look too hard. Like, as in, obviously I would need practice and things, I couldn't play them just, like, as if it was sight reading. But, like, they don't, like, I know that, like, I looked at them and was like, okay, I could probably play them now with a little bit of help and a little bit of practice. It's just there's a lot of semi-quavers in them, so, obviously, like, semiquavers I'm not very good with. But, I mean, I'm getting better because I'm getting better at counting as well. So, you know, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what to expect because I didn't know what to expect for, like, the result because a load of people were doing the exam at the same time as me. And one of the people doing the exam at the same time told me that for a merit, you get 130 or something out of 150. And I mean, obviously, I think it was her first exam, so I don't know whether she like actually knew. Like that might have just been an estimate, but I thought the merit was going to be like over 100. I didn't think it was going to be like over 130. So it must be pretty hard to get a distinction or even a merit. But I'm pretty sure I'll pass because I didn't do terribly. And if I do like fail, then I don't really mind because it means I get to do it all again. And then because I've been in an exam before, I'll kind of like get it a bit more and know what to do and be a little less nervous because I'll have done it before. So I'm actually probably be happier if I got a fail, to be honest. I know that's something you don't usually wish for, but I'd rather get a fail and then do it again and be able to get something better than like passing but then knowing I could have got a merit. But I know that merits are quite distinctions are very hard to get, so like I'm not too bothered. I mean, but yeah, like I said, I would personally probably rather get a fail than like a oh no, I would rather get a fail than like a pass. Like a basic. No, I'm saying I'd love to do it again basically because now I know what an exam's like. You know, it would be easier. But obviously because I've already done this exam, like I'm glad I did my grade 2 for this exam instead of doing. I'm glad I didn't do grade 1 because I would have been bored because I would have been doing grade 1 pieces for over a year. So I'm glad we went on to grade 2. However, I think basically I'm glad it was specifically grade 2 because if it was grade 1 then I would have got bored with pieces, and anything higher because it's my first grade, it's easier to like not know what to expect and then you kind of like stuff up, and therefore like so I would rather start with my grade 2 than go up to like grade 3 or 4 and do it. So I would rather do my first exam at like grade 2 because I think that suited me. And even though I don't think my pieces went amazing, I think the scales and the sight reading the sight reading was really good, and I think the scales were pretty good apart from the extra breaths, but I don't think they were noticeable. Like I don't think you could hear them. And obviously then the oral tests weren't too bad. So I know I've talked for quite a long time now. I'm going to have to finish this video. I'll see you all next time, and I hope you have enjoyed the video and have a great day. Bye!